Jeff from Two Hacks Garage. Well, we're back up at Kyle's Hack Shack, but this isn't Todd's Z28, and this isn't Kyle's GTO, and it's not my Ford Thunderbird. This is Eddie's 1972 Chevelle SS. It's small block powered and has a carburetor. As you can see in that background, there's a cool Holley Sniper EFI banner. Well, guess what, guys? We're gonna make this car a lot more street friendly, self-tuning, and probably just a little bit better on fuel. He likes to cruise this thing, he still likes to go fast, but most importantly, he just wants it efficient. So in this video, probably a series of videos, we're gonna go through and install this thing. Kyle's over there right now, he's getting all the parts gathered and all that. I had contacted Holley, asked him what we need. They got us all hooked up, stuff was shipped to the door immediately, and it is a complete package. So with that, guys, what we're gonna do real quick is we're gonna see what we got going on over here for parts. All right, so what we got here is the Holley 4150 style EFI kit. You can see here there's the throttle body, which replicates like a 4-barrel carburetor. We got a coil, we got the ignition box, the distributor, wiring, and a whole bunch more wiring over there. Now there is additional wiring with this, a whole lot of it actually, O2 sensor, the little computer, everything. Comes with really detailed instructions for anybody that hasn't done this, and it's also a thing that you can do within your home shop with basic hand tools. It did come with fittings, all that type of fun jazz. However, you might need some fuel line, maybe some additional fittings depending on your application, but we've got that covered. As you can see here, this is actually a really nice unit. Instead of acting like a 4-barrel, all 4 do spray at the same time. It's got the 4150 style flange on the bottom. It is a nice unit. Kyle's got one of these on his GTO, performs quite well. The distributor, it's a good heavy duty distributor with that too, and it plays really nice with the Holley Sniper control box for the ignition. Kind of like MSD, but a little bit more modern to play better with the actual fuel injection. The coil, it's not your traditional old school canister style coil. It's a newer one, has a whole lot of spark. The wiring, well, it's quality, nice plugs, nice sheeting, nice connections, everything. So with that, guys, those are the parts we're gonna be working with. We better get to work. We got a whole lot to do. See you soon. Well, before we get started to work, just want to show you what we're working with here. This is a traditional small block Chevrolet Gen 1. Nothing crazy about it. It's a pretty good mild build, cam, headers, decent intake, you name it. So that is what we're working on, kind of like the before picture. It's a clean engine base. When we go to install this, we want to make sure everything else is clean too. So yeah, this is the last time Eddie's gonna see this carburetor on there, and the next time it go down the road, it'll be Holley Sniper powered. See you in a few. All right, well, as Eddie continues putting bolts back in the intake after we put new intake gaskets on, kind of the next step that we're going to do, just because of the distributors in the back, to make things easier with stuff out of the way, we're going to go ahead and drop in the Holley Sniper EFI distributor. One thing it does say what to do with this is, if you look, it's got that distributor gear on there. Well, there is a proper break-in that needs to be done with that. And in order to do that, it has to be properly lubed. So it does come with Lucas Oil's Performance Gear break-in. So all you basically do is you take this and you coat that distributor gear. So when you put it in there, basically what's going to happen, it's going to have a layer of protection between the distributor gear and the back of the cam. So when you go to spin this over initially, it's not metal to metal contact. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all lubed up here. So when Eddie's done tightening this up, we'll just drop the distributor in, and we're not going to tighten anything down now. We're just putting it in because, as you can see, small block Chevy goes in the back, and right now there's nothing in the way. All right, so as you can see, we went ahead and got the distributor in there, raised the car up one, to crank it over, turn the engine over a little bit so I can get the distributor drop. Before we do everything complete and get it all done, wired and all that, we will put it on top dead center, get all that set initially. But for now, just got it in the way to get it, since we got free space. So our next step basically is what we're going to be doing is we're going to just start hooking everything up, installing it per se. So we're going to get the throttle body on. We're going to go ahead and mount the ignition box, coil, all that type of stuff, and then start working our way to get wiring done, get fuel stuff done, and all that type of stuff. One thing that this car does get with this is an electric fuel pump. And with that, we're going to have to remove the factory style manual pump. And with that, there needs to be a block off plate, and there's a rod that's in these small block Chevys that actuates off the camshaft. So you'll have to remove all that too. So what we're going to do is all the hard items per se, throttle body, ignition box, coil, we're going to start getting that all mounted up just so we can see where we're at with the wiring, how it needs to route, and what we got to do next. See you in a few. Well, we're going to call that a wrap for part one. Actually, it was a pretty successful night. Kyle and I have done this before. It's pretty much the same. It's a GMA body, 6872. Super nice 72 Chevelle my friend Eddie has. 383 small block powered. Like I said, adding the sniper kit, more efficiency, somewhat better fuel mileage, has that instant throttle response, and just that Holley, sorry, really tired, just that Holley quality and that great classic Holley look, even though it's fuel injected. So what we were able to do tonight, first step is we changed out intake gaskets on this. They had a small leak. We wanted to make sure they were fine. So we went ahead and took care of that. And then we just started, if you want to say, installing the hard parts. Not really much of the wiring yet. Dropped in the distributor. Still going to have to get all that taken care of. But we got that in. Got the coil in. Got the ignition box. Obviously the throttle body mounted in there. Went underneath. We've got the O2 sensor bung and the O2 sensor in. Put in the fuel system, part of it. Got it up to the front where we can have the inlet line for it. All the filters pumped, taken care of. Next step is, well, guys, we're going to end up putting the return line in, and we got a whole bunch of wiring to do. Hide all the wire, make it look nice, tune it, get it running so Eddie can go cruising. And I have a feeling there's going to be one bad Z he's going to go after and kind of show him what this Chevelle will do. With that, guys, it's been a long night. We'll see you for part two. Later.